Welcome back. The Lions are away tonight, but plenty of fans are here at home still going all out to root for their team in their final preseason game. Sports anchor Ronnie Duncan joins us from the fan cave of a Lions superfan in Southfield, and I know you're having a great time, Ronnie.
I'm having a good time, and we just heard that interview and some of the things that Jeff said, and some of the fans were like, boo, boo, because they don't want to be pessimistic, optimistic. They want to be positive. I've got my man. His name is Love, but he says he's the Duke of Love. How do you explain this? You heard what Jeff said.
Yeah.
He doesn't think they can make the Super Bowl. Wishful thinking or just a little pessimistic?
He's more pessimistic. But you got to pray on it. You got to, I'm definitely a Lions fan.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I'm praying for him to do good, do real good.
Tonight, they take on the Carolina Panthers. Teddy Bridgewater probably gets a chance to play even more. We'll see exactly kind of a valuable quarterback. What are your thoughts of the Lions? And do you even really dream of Las Vegas on CBS News Detroit in the Super Bowl?
Oh, my God. That's all I got to say. Oh, my God. Yes. Yes. I truly believe with prayer,
all right,
they can do it.
Let's hear from the lady I'm talking about, the very only Crystal Campbell, no relation to Dan Campbell.
No.
Crystal, you have been a fan here for quite some time, and you went to a game last year, and you said, Ronnie, it was something like I've never experienced before. Is that feeling of the Lions being for real this year legitimate, and if so, why?
I think they have a great chance this year. Like, let's do this. We got great picks and all that good stuff, so go Lions.
All right, so you hear from Crystal Campbell, no relation to Dan Campbell. How about fans? The fans that we saw last week who had an opportunity. Has some feeling as to what that record will look like and how successful they will be by the end of the season.
I'm going to expect a lot of wins. I think they have the team to do it this year, the talent, and hopefully they can pull it off.
Oh, the team looks great compared. Yes, looking good. I'll be looking at Super Bowl this year.
Expecting that they win a division, you know what I'm saying, and hopefully the Super Bowl. I'll be in Vegas when we jump off.
Just smiling.
Hey, man, I hear that. Look at her. She's having a good time. And why not have a good time? Because of the simple fact. Don't forget the Lions are right here on CBS News Detroit starting at 8 o'clock. Now, how good is tonight's game going to be? How important is it? Well, if you're an individual that's on the fence, I mean, a guy that's been trying to make this team, maybe you've made this team in the past, but you haven't performed well, this is the last audition you'll have to make your name one on the roster come opening day.
They've been doing that, right? The first two games, man, these guys they're out there. And, when you're a competitor, when you got something to fight for, I mean, you're gonna give everything you've got. Dan Campbell's can't escape the obvious. This is a big game tonight against the Carolina Panthers. They haven't won a game. We're 1-1. And when you consider that there are players on this team who need to make this team, Cam Sutton says that's why the competition has been so fierce recently.
No, I mean that's the mentality each and every day you come out here. I can't speak for necessary situations that coming from or just kind of just being in this situation. I'm getting around a new group of guys, and every year every team is a new identity of its own. We're trying to still find our identity and bring that mold together. It's just you just got to put the work in. That's all that matters. It's just guys are just hungry. Again, you don't know. It's not about 7th round, 1st round, whatever, undrafted. That stuff don't matter. It's about what you put out here on this field.
Hey, what about that? Because out here on the field is where it happens. A guy who produced out in the field, and Love, I think you would agree, Andre Rison was a heck of a player. You don't have to be a Michigan State fan to enjoy what he did as a pro. Over 10,000 yards in catching, and he had close to 80 touchdowns. He was a beast as a wide receiver.
Serious. He the man.
He the man.
He the man. I mean, there's nothing else you can say but that.
Well, right now Andre Rison is an assistant coach, not the head coach. He's an assistant, the offensive coordinator over at Liggett High School. And for a young man who had so many turbulent times, and I'm sure you remember the TLC situation when the house burned down.
I remember.
Okay. Crystal says, I remember. That's behind him. Andre Rison has had a lot of bad times. Maybe that's why they called him Bad Moon Rising. But right now, he has turned his life around to make sure that he can help some young men as well as young women become better than they ever have been. You might not see it as something that looks like a fit, but Andre Rison being on the sideline at Liggett is quite normal. You see, don't get it twisted. He's not been a stranger to high school football, having coached at Beecher and at Flint Northwestern. But when you talk about a man who played in the NFL and done what not many players have done, won a Super Bowl, Green Bay Packers, as well as a Canadian Football Grey Cup, Andre has seen it all. He wants to pass it on to these young men who are now playing for the Knights of Liggett.
In all sports, high school sports is basketball, baseball, you name it. But to be able to coach these guys in 23, I didn't think I didn't see it, and so I'm honored. I'm blessed. I feel very privileged. I got a great group of guys. Our head coach Kevin Glenn gave me the opportunity to come up and be offensive coordinator, and I'm just trying to let them have fun, and that's what it's about.
Rison had the nickname of Bad Moon, and not everything he did on the football field and off was that you wanted to put on a headline. He would get it for the wrong reasons. But he's a new man, a change man. He wants all of these young men to know mistakes can be forgiven as long as you put in the hard work to make the change. One thing I do know, you know talent. Explain.
Yeah, I grew up around talent that was just as good as me, if not better, and so I knew about the word competition. But to be able to teach it, everybody play the game can't coach, and I'm fortunate for that too, to play for some great coaches in the pros that taught me how to be a coach. And so I just try to be the best coach I can be, mentor, and have fun with it too.
These folks here, they're having fun. Say hello, everybody. You're live on CBS News Detroit, and we just want to say thank you so much. So who's going to win the game? Lions! Who's going to win the game? Lions! Who are they going to beat? You know what? They're big-time Lion fans, but they don't know who the Lions are going to be. I'm Ronnie Duncan. We'll come back live. We are at Carolina. You finally got it right. Carolina. We'll be back with much more. Having a good time. Back to you, Shayna.
A very good time. They don't even care. It doesn't matter who they're playing. They're confident. All right. Thank you, Ronnie. We will see you again
You got it.
before
Thank
kickoff.
you.